Hello, it's a pickups video. Oh, bugger, hang on. Yeah, sorry about that. I just felt the need to check. So I'm just a bit paranoid about the sound. I've got the little thing just sort of sitting there, so I can see that my shitty mic is recording what I'm saying. But yeah, so I needed to check when my last pickups video was because I just wanted to make a big deal out of it because I've got a big pile of shit here. So I wanted to sort of add some sort of scale, you know, to because there's a big, like I said, a big pile of shit here, and this is definitely more than this is from a longer period of time than from my last pickups video. Because I think when I uploaded my last pickups video, I'd had it recorded for quite a while, at least a month, and my last proper pickups video, was just before Halloween. So what would that be? 2 months. Ah, sorry. It's still the summer holidays. It's still the summer holidays. Still the Christmas holidays, and I just heard the fucking little shut. Oh, I can't stand the little bastard. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna focus, concentrate, and I'm not gonna let it bother me. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Yeah, uh, the amount of stuff I've got here is from I think it's a bigger period of time since from before my last pickups video, or since after my last pickups video. So I reckon this is probably at least 4 months worth of shit. And you might have already seen a bit of it from Santa's pickups video, and I'd just like to thank people for humouring me because I can't take this seriously. I can't take Christmas seriously. I can't take YouTube seriously. I suppose that's probably you know an excuse for making shitty content. Don't take it seriously and make shit content. It's fine. But yeah. Where was I? Yeah, Santa's pickups video. Uh, there's some stuff that was in that Santa wanted to show because it was his. Um, sorry, apologies for doing that. But anyway, yeah. And so you might, if you watched that, and many thanks to anybody who humoured me and watched it. Thank you very much. Yeah, so you might, if you did watch it, then you might have seen some of the bits in that or in this. Or I tried to sort of not take it too seriously and sort of like include a lot of the crap, which I'll get to. But also, I'd like to thank people for watching and also subscribing after my out and about video, because I never get subscribers, and I think I've got about 7 or 8, and that's just bizarre. I never get subscribers nowadays, and I'd just like to thank people for subscribing. And the thing is, I do feel like I'm sort of risking it by making a pickups video, because normally when I upload a pickups video, I get at least sort of like 2 or 3 people unsubscribing. So it's on a knife edge. But yeah, obviously that video appealed to people. Maybe it felt like I was taking that more seriously than I do with these pickups videos, And if I don't take them seriously, how can people watching take them seriously? But yeah, I think that does make sense, doesn't it? But it's fucking gloomy, isn't it? It's just after New Year, and it's awful. This is about 1:30, 2, I think. It's nuts. But so yeah, what else? I have got another out and about video planned. I'm going to do it sort of in a different time of year when it's a bit colder. Maybe I might even go tomorrow. I'm going to wing it. Maybe I might even find something good, because last time it was a bit naff. That one Buster Keaton box set, and that was literally it. But I've literally only got 2 routes that I do. That was one of them. Or 2 good routes. I've got a mix and match, but the next one I'm planning on doing is the other good one, where it's you get more bang for your buck, more concentration of places to go to. So, I'm just hoping that my camera doesn't get too gloomy. Like as you can see, it does tend to fart about. Right, enough talking of farting about. I'm going to get on to some of the good stuff. I'm going to start off. This was something for me. I'm a big Lego fan. See, it's not all games. There's a lot of shit in here, a lot of random crap, and £2.50 for Slave One. Yeah, well they call it Boba Fett's Starship Microfighter Starship. It's Slave One, isn't it? A little mini one. So I thought £2.50. That's a little. I do like Lego and I do make it. I find it sort of calming. But £2.50, I wasn't going to pass that up. Sorry, I've got crap all over the place, so it's going to take a little bit of moving about stuff. I don't really know where to put this to begin with. Just dump it on the floor. And these next two, you didn't see this one in Santa's pickups video. This ain't for me. This isn't my bag. It's a side duck, innit? I recognise it. It's a side duck, but it was £4 in a local charity shop, and I thought if I pass that up, I'm going to regret it. And I think it's from the Pokemon Centre, and it looks almost brand new. And I was just going to whack this on eBay, and there are quite a lot available, and they're about £20. I think. It's a puppet. It's a puppet. See, yeah. Like I said, not my bag, but that can go down there. And this one you would have seen if you watched Santa's pickups video, sort of. The idea was that Santa can't take very good photos, so you might not have got a good idea of what it is. It's this. Again, not my bag, but a bit more interesting than it initially appears to be, because it's all official, it's got its business, and it had that on it. Can you see that? Is that upside down? No, that's the right way up. It's that. And I bought it. I think I checked it first. And I looked in the back, and those are weird compartments. Couldn't quite work out the compartments were. And I think these gave it away. I thought they looked like the same dimensions as original Game Boy games. And I think this is a Game Boy carrier. And you put your maybe colour, Game Boy colour, or it looks maybe a little bit too chunky, a little bit too narrow. Sorry for a big. Sorry, my little viewfinder thing froze, and I was going momentarily. But anyway, yeah, this is £1.50. £1.50 from there you go. That's not their price. It's clearly at some point been in a British Heart Foundation. Right, what's next? Lots of punts that didn't necessarily work out. This one was £2. I'd never pass up Warhammer. Again, this was probably to sell on. Warhammer First Strike. Would cost you a fortune. You go into the Warhammer shops, these cost you a fortune. It was £2, so I couldn't really pass it up. Turns out there are no figures in it. So a bit of a boo. But I think everything else is in it, and I think that is probably worth £2. Any day of the week. And this is slightly better. Where did this come from? Oh, this came from my local. This came from one up the road. This bastard. See, this was also, both of these were in the Santa video. This was £1. And what is it? It's the Lizard Men Battalion. And I don't know what you get in it. I don't think you get that in it. But yeah, like anything Warhammer, I can't pass it up because I know how much it costs. It's, I do like watching. I like watching battle reports on YouTube, but we're having an argument now. No, they're not. They're watching the telly. Oh, shut the fuck up, please. No, that's really going to fuck me off. I know it's going to. Anyway, yeah, I do like watching battle reports. Awful timing. Sorry, I do like watching battle reports, but not that I understand what the hell's going on. So, yeah, but so I do buy if I see Warhammer, I will buy it or anything nerdy game balls. So they've discombobulated me, little bastards. I try not to let the anger show on my face. I know I've got a habit of doing that. Talking about nerdy board games. This was in Red Cross charity shop, $2.99. Talking of nerdy board games, this fucker, War of the Ring, second edition. War of the Ring, second edition. $2.99. I can't pass things up like that up. That will trade into Computer Exchange. It's got a slightly fucked up box, so it probably only goes poor. I think some of the characters have had the bases painted, so yeah. It's all complete though. It was a right bastard to check the contents. It's just a brain scrambler, but it's all complete, I think, and hopefully they'll take it. I traded in. It was Arkham Horror. I traded it into my local branch, and I was a bit reluctant to because I knew it would be an arseache for them to count. And I took it in. They looked at it and they had a bit of a between themselves. I think they just took it without even bother counting it. Took my word for it, and then obviously, like if I go in again, they've since discovered that it's not complete. Then they'll beat me up, something like that. I don't know, or they'll sort of admonish me. But yeah, can you hear that? It's just they're either bellowing or arguing or listening to music or drumming, and it just fucking winds me up. One of these days, I'm going to have to go around there again, and he'll shit his pants again. I have to remind him that I am the law. Right, what's next? A couple of other. This is a weird one. There's a branch of it's Cats Protection near me, and it's weird opening times, run by just sort of like, I don't know, volunteers. I don't think they have a proper manager. Opening times are weird. They're tiny. It's the one that's in the past I've mentioned. There's a kebab shop. So there's a kebab shop next door, and the guy from the kebab shop goes in and does deals about stuff. And so it's quite rare that anything good will be in there. But I think these things I've got down here, they all came sort of like at different times. It's slightly strange, but I'm guessing they're all from the same person. This one was first. How much was this? £3. £3. Stranger Brigade Collector's Edition. So, £3. Hang on, hold your horses. Don't get too carried away. And this looks, oh wow, even better. Wow. Bubble switch. This was 50p. And then this, I'd seen this before and passed it up, but then I thought I'd look it up and it was worth having. So Kirby's, this is, what was this? This is a pre-order bonus. All of these things, obviously this, none of them have games in. The Strange Brigade or the Bubble, none of them have games in. So I'm guessing someone's dumped a load of stuff in. They've taken the games out and just sort of got all the extraneous paraphernalia and just to save space, dumped it in a charity shop and they've sold it. So I'm wondering if, I don't know, this has got like little badges in it. Keychain, collectible cards and a poster and yeah. And this, I don't know, everything else is in the Strange Brigade bar. It's a steelbook, so it's not. I can't. Excuse me. I can't just go and buy a copy in Computer Exchange. I don't really want it myself. I don't really want to keep it, but again, it's not something I can pass up. Right. Get out of the way. Right. I think I'm collecting myself. I can still hear them next door, but I'm blocking them out. I'm trying to. I'm blocking them out. I'm getting it. Right. What's first? Let's have this first. No, actually, let's have this first. Don't know how to do this. Do I? No, of course I do. It's simple. It's a pickups video. I've been doing it for years. What am I talking about? It's just randomly in a... Where was this? This was cancer research. Not that I can remember where it was, because again, I think as I'm getting older, you know, like you lose your faculties, you lose your recall. And there was a time when I remember, you know, minute details of where all the stuff came from, charity shots. But now, it's maybe I just need to make them sooner after I bought stuff, so that they're more fresher in my mind. But I think because I leave it, all the random charity shop purchases all just blend into one, and I can't remember individual details. But I don't know. It's still got the price on it, so it was £2. It was yeah, Twilight Princess on the Wii. I've had multiple copies of this and traded in. I've never felt really that I needed to get it because it's, you know, I've got the GameCube version. I imagine that's the definitive version, apart from maybe the Wii U version. Is it on the Switch? It probably is. I don't know. But this is just a mirror version, isn't it, of the original GameCube one? But you know, I passed it up multiple times, and in the end, I thought it's something I'd quite like to have. And I imagine there's a lot of worth in the fact it is sort of like a mirrored version, so things aren't going to be where they are in the GameCube version. So it's probably worth, or definitely worth playing both versions, isn't it? But that was £2. It was a bargain, so not something I was going to pass up. Right. I can't remember. I do know why I got this. I do know why I got this. So I'm still finishing all of my Christmas food garbage, and I've just got a bit of I've just had my final Reese's peanut butter cup, and I've still got bits in my teeth. So Sniper Elite, 50p. This was an all aboard. I can't remember which branch it was, but I think this was more of a punt than anything. Sniper Elite V2. Does that mean version 2? I don't know. But I think this one, for some reason, it's £1. Came from the same place at the same time. Yeah, Batman, Game of the Year, Arkham Asylum, Game of the Year. One of the reasons I got this because it's rather fancy lenticular sleeve, but also I had a look inside. It's really nice condition. Actually missing a manual, but it had some 3D glasses. So I thought that might be worth. You know, I thought it's got all these different bits. I've got this already, so I can just sort of cobble together a really good complete version and trade in the rest, and I'll get me. I think I should get my £1 back. I don't know. This, I remember where this was. I remember this one. This is £1. This is in a branch of its Nightingale. It's a cancer research charity, local in Enfield, where I'm from, and all of their branches have minimum card transaction payments. So this was £1, and I'd sort of build it up. And I think there was, what was it? That's the thing. That was something I was going to mention. I've got a list. I don't think I'll bother. Don't think I'll bother showing it, but there's a list of things that I've also would otherwise have been in this video, but I've since traded it in because they were good credit. There was a copy of Mario Kart DS for £1. I get the same price as this, and I just needed to boost it up, and I don't actually have many racing games on 360, but there was that copy of Mario Kart DS, and I needed to get to £3, and something coming up, which is even better. I can't. I'll see if I've got the receipt. I might have the receipt. No, there's no receipt in here, but this is a keeper. I can't remember where this one came from, but it's Skate 2. I traded in loads of these in the past. These are really good. They're common, and they will get you some okay trading credit. That's the thing. As I got to mention about nerdy board games, they're great for trading credit. Always keep an eye out for nerdy board games like that War of the Ring. CEX, it's poor condition. I think CEX sell it for 70. I think good condition it's 80. And that, I think it's worth about £46 credit. So nerdy board games. And that Arkham Horror, got me 25, something like that. So always keep an eye out. I mean, because charity shops will often bundle, board games together and have just sort of random, just standard prices. So, yeah, that was probably a quid. I can't remember where that came from. This one, lightweight. I think this was more of a punt because I looked at the disc. Yeah, there's one big scratch on that. It was cheap enough. It would have been about 50p, I think. But again, those two are both really good for credit. But the Skate 2 to keeper, this might just go straight back into the charity shop. I don't know. I doubt I'm going to keep using it. It hasn't got a manual. So right, this one went into a branch of cancer research, and it's a relatively central one in Enfield Town, so it's busy. I've had some in the past. That copy of In the Hunt came from there, but we're going back years. This is probably the first decent score I've had from there. Not that the games themselves are, anything spectacular, but it's just they're from a system that is becoming less and less common to see. Not that the games are uncommon, not that, it's just you don't often see them in these numbers. So. And what's going to happen now? The fucking sun's going to come out and it's going to dazzle me, and I'm going to have to close the curtains. Things are conspiring against me. Anyway, yeah, I went in there. I can see him. The DVD media shelf is right on the back wall, and I could see them. And I went straight for it. And I thought, they're clearly going to be like £3, but they're not. That's another thing, actually. I have something I want to say about pricing in charity shops. But I think this video might already be too long, so I might have to leave that for another time. And these sort of coincide with that, because it's basically a pile of 5 Xbox games, and they're all 50p each. And we've got Turok Evolution. I don't think this is meant to be a brilliant game, is it? Mechasort Lone Wolf. Yeah, Lone Wolf. Again, 50p. This is one I had for the PS2 version of recently, and I usually only have the Xbox versions of, multi-platform games, but I haven't hooked my Xbox up for a while, and the last time I did, it was having, problems, and I wouldn't be surprised if since then it's sort of shit the bed in its downtime, because apparently that's a very real risk, because they all do, don't they? Apparently that's the thing. But yeah. So 007, what's Everything or Nothing, and 007 Nightfire. Was it that one? One of these I had, a PS2 version of, I can't remember which one it was. And then Brute Force. Brute Force, I remember this being mentioned in the same breath as Halo when it was first released. But yeah, see, I took him to the counter, and the guy there, slightly older bloke, but I did think he was aware of that they price games at a certain, like a certain level, just by standard. And I think he looked at them. It was a weird sort of response. He looked at them and he went through them all. I don't think he was sort of necessarily a gamer himself, but he had sort of like a certain level of knowledge. He looked through them all and he sort of went, his head dropped. He went, oh, like that. He didn't say anything to me. It made me think, is that just him showing exasperation that someone else who works in his shop? Sorry, what? So I'm realising how dirty my jumper is. What a slob. Do some washing. Yeah. No, his head dropped. His shoulder. Was he expressing exasperation that somebody had priced these low? Not that I don't think they're underpriced, because none of these are. None of these are much. 50p a quid is probably what they're worth. Or at CEX, it's probably no more than £4 or £5, I suppose. I don't know. Or two, probably average about £2 each, if not less. Why don't I just go through the whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, none of these I had, and that's a fairly rare occurrence to find something on a console that I got quite a few games for. So I thought as a bird of prey, it's not a fucking crow. Yeah, to find sort of batches like that nowadays, just it's not a common thing. But yeah, right. What's next? Another purchase from my local charity shop. It used to be one of my favourites, and it's since the last year or so, maybe since COVID times, it's had a bit of a downturn, and it's not really had much, and it's always the same. I know exactly where they are. I don't often see other people in there buying games. I saw one occasion. I went in there randomly on a Saturday, and I was just sort of like looking about, and I'd already looked about, and I was on my way out, and then this bloke came in with his girlfriend, or she actually stood outside, sort of like waiting, like crossing her arms, and he went straight to where the games are and had a quick look at them, and I think, is that my competition? I didn't think there were people around here like that, but I've got a feeling he was my competition, and I should have just leant into him. Look, mate, I've already had a look at these. This is. I wouldn't even bother, mate. If there's going to be anything good here, I'll get it. No, what a twat. No, I wouldn't say that. But it's nice. No, it's not. I don't like competition. What am I talking about? Let's move on. Anyway, these came from there. I bet this guy, would have had both of these. There were others, but I passed them. And one of them had a water-damaged sleeve. It was the first in this series. It's Medal of Honor, Heroes 2. Again, it's a branch of Nightingale that you have to spend over £3, and I ended up spending a £5, I think, at the time. But I think I didn't know that they dropped the minimum. But Medal of Honor Heroes 2. I still haven't got a new battery for my PSP, so this remains untested. As does this, because it's also a PSP game. This is mainly what I went in for, Metal Gear Acid, because that was a bargain at £2. They were both £2, and I topped it up with, I think it was a Warhammer 40k novel book. It was a Horus Heresy book, the first book in the Horus Heresy series. If anybody knows what that means, then good on you. I don't really, but I'm vaguely aware of what all this stuff's about. But yeah, Metal Gear Acid. This was a bit of a bargain. I can't remember how much CEX will charge you for this, but £2, bit of a bargain. I think I saw it there the day before, and luckily it was late, and there was no time for anyone else to go in there and nab it. But so I went back the next day, and because it's just up the road, and it's still there. So yeah, particularly this is a bit of a bargain. This one, this was a cancer research, different time. I remember where this was. This was in Barnet. That's one of the places I'm going to take you to on my next out and about GoPro tour charity shop thing. I'm going to take you up the Barnets, and I'll take you to this place. It's a cancer research, and this was just a randomly sitting on the shelf. God of War. What's the Chains of Olympus? There's actually decent credit in this if this was a UK version, but as you can see, it's not. It's a US greatest hits version, so CX won't touch it with a barge pole. So yeah, but this is a keeper. Not that I like the red livery, but it's a game to play. You know, because that's some games need to be played. Not all, some. What we're talking about, I don't know. Yeah, that's that. A random purchase. Oxfam. Oxfams. I find Oxfams rarely pay off nowadays. Oxfams close a lot. A lot of Oxfams closed near where I live. This is one of the rare occasions that they're actually open. They're still open. It's probably slightly $2.49 for a Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. I do like the Ratchet and Clank games. I can't remember how many there are on the PS3. I don't have many of them, but there is a triple pack, isn't there? Or is that for the PS2 games? Because I don't really have these on PS2. But yeah, £2.50. I would quite like the full set, to be honest. But I think this is one of the cheaper ones, isn't it? Yeah, Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. But now we're going into PS4s, PS4 stuff. This was another random purchase. A very, very, very small branch of cancer research. Shut the Every time I hear his voice, I just picture his face. I want to punch it. If you didn't hear that, they're making racket again. Anyway, yeah, for £1. Now I'm hearing parakeets. I feed the birds. I've got bird feeders, and parakeets nowadays are a very, very real risk. And I'm contemplating buying a really expensive, high-powered water pistol so I can sniper them from my bedroom window. I've done research into water pistols. You get these ones that look like pulse rifles in Alien, and look really good. They're sort of like battery charged, and they just fire bursts, and you just like trigger it, and then you've got this little counter that ticks down, and you literally get about 10 seconds worth of fire out of a massive magazine. You go, but they cost a fortune. Yeah, this is a bit of a no-brainer for me as Final Fantasy 15. Not one I have, because obviously I'm fairly new to the PS4, PS5 generations, but this is not a trader. Not that it'll get me much anyway, but it's not a trader for one real reason. You won't be able to see that. It's had the cover reversed. It's French version. Oh yeah, you can see that. It's French there. If anyone wants a code, you can have it. It's probably been used. Yeah, it's all French on the inside. The game will be alright, won't it? Yeah. But so that's purely a player, nothing else. Can't remember how much these were. 2 steelbooks, Battlefield 1 and COD Advanced Warfare. These, I wouldn't have paid much for them. Again, 2 to play. These came from my favourite branch of cancer research at the moment, one in Southgate that I did take you in, I think, in the Out and About video. But I don't think I saw anything. I think there was some decent stuff on the shelf, but this came quite a way since. Oh, they're having McDonald's. They've got Deliveroo. That's nice. I've just seen someone delivering some McDonald's. Last thing that he needs is McDonald's. Believe me. Do I look bitter? Do I look bitter? Do I look angry? Bitter? Well, I am. Again, my favourite branch of cancer research at the moment. Again, it's the one where the lady knows me. I think on this occasion I got in and out of her without her seeing me, which I do tend to do. But she knows I like games, and I can't, I really appreciate it. But I've discovered she looks out for me. You know, as in, she'll tell me if they've got games. These were only £1, I think. I can't remember. I don't. Yeah, there's no prices. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, there is. They're £1. I think they came from the same place. They might not have done. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I'm getting on. Bear with me. I can't always remember where they came from. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. Is this? This isn't the same game as on. I've got a 360. No, I get confused. No, that's something else, isn't it? Fallout 4. Again, these are all games purely for playing. This one I was slightly more excited about. I think Final Fantasy Type O HD. I haven't yet played this. This is more of a sort of a Dynasty Warriors hack and slash type game, isn't it? I don't know, but Final Fantasy, it's one I was always going to be interested in. It was nice to see it on a shelf. So, yeah, I think I passed up here at the time because I didn't know whether they were worth having. I think it was that Iron Man VR game on the PS4. I should have got it, but didn't, like an idiot. Passed up. And this one is more of a no-brainer. It's not actually worth as much as I thought it was going to be, but it's Uncharted collection on the PS4. So again, definitely a player rather than a trader or whatever. This feels like I'm making quite good headway. We're on the last pile and I'm only at 37 minutes. This feels sort of like speedy. I don't know why, weird. Do I feel like I'm talking quickly? I feel like I've been talking quite a long time. This is where all the good this is where all the good stuff is. Talking of things that I'd bought and traded in, this came in a GameCube game. I forgot, it was 2 GameCube games. I forgot which one, what they were. It might have been a Mario Kart Double Dash. I can't remember, but it was just a third-party memory card. It's not a big one. It's a 4 megabit one, but yeah, I'm not going to pass that up. Talking about, I don't know why I didn't put this with the others. When I got Race Driver Grid and I needed to jack up the how much I was spending in order to be able to use my card. This is one of the other things I got, because I got the Race Driver Grid, I got the Mario Kart DS, which was in a weird case, so I needed another case. So they had this, which is in a proper DS case, and just swapped it over. So you would have seen this in the Santa video. What the hell is this? Sweet Life. Who are they? Well, suffice to say, this will be going straight back into the charity shops for some other lucky punter. Some bowl haircutted like little twerps. It's a Disney thing. Of course, it's a Disney thing. And now this is where it starts to get good. Not that isn't brilliant. Yeah, up in High Barnet, used to have about 12 charity shops. Now it's about 6. You know, since COVID times, now it's about 6. But one of them is a weird branch of Age UK. So Age UK, and I'm just going to wiggle my mouse just in case. A weird branch of Age UK that only sells new things. I think they're almost like AliExpress. It's like things you would get in AliExpress, you can get in this charity shop because they're all look like Chinese imports. And I've not purely AliExpress stuff, because I've bought sealed Xbox One games in there that I have shown in past pickups videos. And this one just randomly sitting on a shelf. There's 4 of them together, are all apparently brand new. £4, I think. They all officially priced. They all have official price labels on them. But yeah, this fucking monstrosity. 208 games in one, and it hasn't even got a proper slot for the thing. It comes like that. And I can show you it. It's the old DS games. Okay. I can't even open it. Yeah, it's got this like little micro SD card. Is that what it is? It comes like that. And yeah, I thought to myself, if I don't get one of these, I'm going to pass it up, because I looked at what was on the front cover, and I'm guessing that's a fairly accurate representation. I think these are all in there, but I looked at the back, and that would be tricky for if I had 20/20 vision, but I don't now. I do actually need glasses, I think, but there's no way I'm reading that. And but I've been through it, and some good games in there, and it turns out that it was £4. Turns out that was worth it, and I think other people decided it was worth it, because the next time I went in, which wasn't that long after, they'd all gone. I'd left 3 on the shelf, and all 3 had gone, so I got there first. It's a weird branch of Age UK. They had these like Chinese Dragon Balls from Dragon Ball Z, like in a little display case. They're like these big marbles with sort of like orange marbles with stars in the middle, and there's some sort of Japanese blind box like little figure that you can get. Just, you know, it's quite an interesting place. Most of it's tat. Most of it's just awful rubbish. But I've got a tent in there. That's another thing. I've got a tent in. That's one thing I might have shown you, but it's upstairs. I totally forgot I got it. It was only £10. It's a tent that people sell on eBay for £100. Nature Hike. It's not a bad brand. They come from AliExpress, and amongst campers, it's a pretty fairly respectable tent. Amongst campers, they're well known, and there were 2, and I should have got them straight off. I should have just bought both. In the end, I left it, went back, and one had been bought. But anyway, yeah, this is the better stuff. Again, another Barnet charity shop. This is New Barnet this time, near the Sainsbury's. It's a North London hospice. This was a bit of a cheeky score. This one, Infinite Warfare. Nothing spectacular for £1.75, but it's got the game on the inside is brand new. I can't be bothered to get it out, but there's something else in there. I don't know if there's anything else in there, but I think there might be. But it's brand new in there, and I thought it was just worth having. In the same little bundle, this is a nice cheeky little score. It's got 2 prices on it. I've realised why it's got 2 prices on it. Again, £1.75. Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. I would like the Xbox version of this, but again, I think that's less common, not uncommon, but less common, and I'm not going to go out my way to get it. And so if I've got the PS2 version, this will do me fine, unless randomly one day I find the Xbox version and I'll trade this in. But no, it looks like, I don't really know, it's sort of like a Baldur's Gate type game, I think, like but with guns and post-apocalyptic shit. But this is one, a game that's sort of gone up in price recently, and this is the no-brainer. This was just fairly early in the day. This was about my 3rd or 4th charity shop, and this was just one of these instances. It's like, oh shit, I'm having that. It was like instincts clicking, and I spotted it on the shelf and grabbed it straight away. I'm guessing I was the first person to it. It's Silent Hill 2, a bit battered, but I think not too battered. A bit battered. It's still got a bit of its you know, structural integrity, but some of the little corners are a bit chewed. It doesn't have a manual. I don't think were there art cards in there or anything else. I can't remember, but the disc will probably need resurfacing. But that'll, you know, that's £2, isn't it? So before I'll trade it and I'll get it resurfaced somewhere else and trade it in a different branch. So, you know, so that is not a bad little bundle, and it got me excited. And so that was the same branch of North London Hospice where I got that copy of Katamari Damacy in my last pickups video. So obviously, this is one of my favourite branches at the moment. I find they do that. They go through phases of being really good. And this is another one, my favourite charity shop at the moment. Although I go in there so much that it only hits sort of 1 out of 10 times. But it seems like I get a lot of stuff there. But yeah, no, I don't. But a lot of my best stuff recently has come from there. It's the same one with the lady who knows me. And this is a bit of an odd story. I went in there, checked the shelves. They had nothing. And their DVD shelves are now right by the door to their store cupboard, where they all hang out. The store cupboard, their storeroom, where they all hang out and sort of like steam clothes and things, and sort of like look at price things. And I'd looked at the DVDs and the games, and there was nothing. And I was on my way out, and just as the lady who knows me was coming out as well, and she was literally right behind me. And I didn't know if she'd see me, but she was right behind me. And I heard her mention. She obviously clearly spoke, sort of like beckoned me. Is there a more modern term for beckoned? That feels a bit old-fashioned. She beckoned me like this. Come hither. No, she got my attention. I turned around, and she had a pile of games. And goes, "Would you like these?" And she said to me, "Would you like these? I don't think these are things that sort of you'd be interested in." And I went, "Oh," tried to control myself. I'll get to those, but this was in the branch at the same time. This was in with the. I hadn't looked at the kiddies DVD section because they have them separate, and it's always worth looking at in there. And this was with the kiddies, like I said, with the kiddies DVDs, and I got this first or afterwards. After she'd handed me this bundle, and so it's Overcooked 2. Probably a keeper, but definitely good trading. These are meant to be really good party games, aren't they? I'm wondering if I can get my nieces sort of like enthused to play it with me. I don't know, because no one else will. And so this was the pile of games that she handed me, and she had what did she have on them? She had. She didn't know how much they were worth. I think she had. Well, it says two. It says £2, but I've got a feeling she had one on them. Yeah, she had £1, £1 on them. She didn't think they were worth anything, and I gave her a little bit more. I think I told her that was too little, and this is what this video I would like to make in the future about pricing in charity shops. Basically, my not idea, but sort of what I suggest is that people just pay if you want to pay it, or don't pay it if you don't want to pay it, you know, and because people complain if they're cheap, people complain if they're expensive, you know, people complain if you're not paying enough, people complain if they're charging too much. So I just try to sort of ignore that and just pay whatever the price is. But in this instance, she, you know, I like, she's a nice lady, and I felt that she was in the process of pricing them, and I just wanted to give her a bit more, so I gave her a bit more than they had on the shelf. She's put £2 on them, but I think she had, like I said, I think she had them as one. But like I said, I gave her a bit more, and she seemed she was happy. So she gave me these. She literally followed me out the storeroom with these. This is the one I wasn't sure about. but I think it's only a tenner now. But then you've got Pokemon Y and Alpha Sapphire. So these won't be for me. These will be for trading, and these will get me something decent, some good credit that can go towards something that I really want. But yeah, so for I can't remember what they were now. Maybe I did pay £2 because we're going back a while. Maybe that's why she's put £2 on them. But anyway, yeah. But I know she definitely had them for £1. But so yeah, and so I got all those for £7. So can't really complain. It's getting dark, so I'm gonna have to probably finish here, and that's probably one of my quickest standard charity shop perch. Almost out of practice. I'm not. One of my quickest standard. If I carry on longer, it's not going to be one of my quickest standard pickups videos that I've done in a long time. You know, quite a way before an hour's worth. Brilliant. But this is all charity shop stuff. That's something I hadn't mentioned. This is all charity shop stuff. I've got more upstairs. It is sort of CEX purchases, online purchases, and all that, and there's some good stuff in that. So yeah. And look out! I'm going to do another out and about video. I might, if I can be bothered. I don't really like to discussion videos. I thought they stress me out, but there is something I would like to say. Like I said about pricing in charity shops. Although the general gist of it, you might already have got because I've mentioned the basics. But yeah, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year, and look out for more videos. I'm feeling a little bit more enthused about my videos now. Yeah, so some good stuff here. Thanks for watching. I'll let you go. Cheers.